Here I have a really cracked iPhone 13 Pro Max. In this video I'll show you how I take this replacement back glass to quickly make this phone look like new. Right away we want to turn on our laser machine and place our iPhone 13 Pro Max in it. Cover the laser machine, then start the process. This process normally takes about 10 to 20 minutes, so I'll come check it when it's done. Now it's ready. I'll take the cover off and take the phone out. The laser machine has done its job burning through the glue. I have to do the exciting part of picking the back glass out. But before I start, I need to be safe, so I need a pair of hand gloves, safety goggles, and a face mask. I'll use my blast tool to make a hole right away. Next, I'll use my precision knife to start picking out the glass. There are a couple important parts in the back glass where you want to be careful and safe when picking through them, because those are where you can snap important flex cables. One part is around here where you have the wireless charging coil, down here where you have your charger flex cable, close to the camera and the flashlight, and also here where you have some flex cables. So other parts not mentioned, you can just go quickly and pick out the glass. Shouldn't be a big deal. If I find any part that's kind of difficult to pick out, I can apply a little bit of 99% alcohol. Make sure it doesn't overflow and get to all the parts of the phone or the screen. So you want to keep doing this process where you keep picking the glass out. Here I have a couple of the MagSafe magnets. So keep going through. So we can see this process is a lot easier because of the help of the laser machine. Now I'm getting close to the charger flex cable. This is where I want to be really careful so I don't snap or cut through the flex cable. The carving knife has been a game changer, making this picking process as easy as possible. So make sure you get a carving knife if you're trying to attempt this repair. I'll apply a little bit of 99% rubbing alcohol around the edges to soften the adhesive holding the glass down. Note the laser machine didn't cut through this part so it doesn't damage the flex cable. Now I bring my pry tool to lift the glass up. Remember, be gentle, take your time. So now I'm getting close to the wireless flex cable. I'll be really careful so I don't snap the coil around it. So there you can see the wireless charger coil. If you carelessly go in to pick up the glass, you can snap and damage the coil around it. I'll be saving the MagSafe magnets because they take a while to take out and replace. Also, while you pick, don't forget the edges. So keep taking the glass out. So now we're getting next to the next flex cables. This one came off pretty easy. So you want to take the other one, make sure to take your time. You can add a little bit of 99% alcohol to make it come out easier. So there you have that part out. Now you keep going. Now we're close to the back camera. This is the most difficult part. So we'll blast over here. There's no specific order on where you need to blast. Just blast as you see fit. Make sure you're really careful around the camera, especially around the flashlight. So same goes with flashlight's flex. You want to be super careful while you go around that spot. So next I'll use a flathead screwdriver. I need to make some more blasts, so make a blast here. And another one right here. Also add a little bit of 99% rubbing alcohol. That should help soften the adhesive around the glass. Make sure you don't put too much where it overflows and gets to the screen. If you do that, it's going to damage the screen. So now we've successfully gone around the flashlight. Keep going around to take the rest of the back glass out. I'll make another blast here. And another one right here. And I think maybe one more in here. Hopefully that's good enough. Let me know what you think in the comments. You think this back glass removal is pretty easy? Like I said, the glass in the back camera is the most time-consuming part in this repair. Add a little bit more 99% rubbing alcohol. Always remember, if any part seems difficult, because the glue is pretty tough, so make sure you use 99% rubbing alcohol when needed. Next, I'm going to go around with a flathead screwdriver. Make sure the edges are flush, where there's little to no glue or glass left. Do this to make sure once I put the new back glass, it sits down flush. So this is really important. Remember, be careful where you go around the flashlight. You don't want to go and snap over here. But keep going around all the way. Once the sides and edges are done, I want to clean the back with 99% rubbing alcohol deep in the cloth. I'll sprinkle a little bit, just enough to clean the back. Also remember, while you clean, take your time so you don't snap any of the flex cables. Next, I want to scrub through and clean it as much as possible. But we're not looking to have it perfectly clean. Just as clean as you can get it to look. So when you get to the camera, also, make sure you use the flathead screwdriver and get as much of the burnt glue out. So the whole point of this part is to make sure there's nothing left That'll hinder the new back glass from sitting down flush. Once it looks clean enough, I'll clean it one more time with a microfiber cloth and rubbing alcohol. See how much cleaner it looks now? Make sure you're careful when you get around the flex cables, the charging call and flex cables. The last thing you want to do here is snap any of these cables. Once it looks somewhat clean, that's good enough. Next, we'll grab the new back glass to test it out to see if it sits flush. Also get your finger through just to see if you feel anything. And keep going. If you feel anything, make sure you pick it out. Have some glass sitting in here. Lift this wireless coil up and try to shake out every glass that's in there. And feel to see if you notice any glass raising up. Feels better. So test the glass again to see if it fits. It's a lot better now. Go to the edges. So once it feels flush, it's time to glue the new back glass. So I'll apply a little bit of glue over here. Then around the edges. Note you don't have to be perfect when you're doing this. Just put as much as you need to. Make sure you have at least enough along the edges. Then some glue on the surface. It doesn't have to be perfect. You don't have to do it the same way I'm doing it. Just make sure it's enough. Get on the corners. You don't have to put any on the flex cables. Now I'll leave it to sit for about 5 minutes. After about 5 minutes, we'll start putting the little piece of the MagSafe magnet. So just like this, if you had time on your hand and you wanted to put the rest of the MagSafe magnets, do the same thing. Put a little bit of glue, and once it dries, then place all the MagSafe magnets around. Next, we'll grab the back glass and slap it on. Then you press down on it, but don't press too hard that you end up breaking the back glass. Once you feel it's flush, grab the clips and put them around to hold the back glass to the frame. It doesn't have to be the same way I do it. Make sure you get all the edges and put as much on the sides as possible. After putting on the clips, I'll leave it to sit for about 10 to 20 minutes. After about 10 to 20 minutes, take the clips out. Then clean any excess glue, and don't forget to clean the camera. Now you can see how nice and new this looks. Don't forget, if you have any questions on this process, leave your comments below in the comment section, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. If you'd like to see more videos like this, check the video on the right. And for more back glass repair videos, check the playlist on the left. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.